Today I'll be reading an excerpt from chapter 40 of Little Women. To give a little summary of the story, it's about 4 daughters, or sisters, Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. To give a little pre of what's happened in the actual story, Beth had recently caught scarlet fever from a few children she was babysitting that lived near them. I'll start now. When the first bitterness was over, the family accepted the inevitable. Anne tried to bear it cheerfully, helping one another by the increased affection which comes to bind households tenderly together in times of trouble. They put away their grief, and each did his or her part toward making that last year a happy one. The pleasantest room in the house was set apart for Beth, and in it was gathered everything that she loved: flowers, pictures, her piano, the little work table, and the beloved pussies. Father's best books found their way there, Mother's easy chair, Jo's desk, Amy's finest sketches, and every day Meg brought her babies on a lovely pilgrimage to make sunshine for Auntie Beth. John quietly set apart a little sum that he might enjoy the pleasure of keeping the invalid supplied with the fruit she loved and longed for. Old Hannah never wearied of concocting dainty dishes to tempt a capricious appetite, dropping tears as she worked, and from across the sea came little gifts and cheerful letters, seeming to bring breaths of warmth and fragrance from lands that know no winter. Here, cherished like a household saint in shrine, sat Beth, tranquil and as busy as ever, for nothing could change the sweet, unselfish nature, and even while preparing to leave life, she tried to make it happier for those who should remain behind. The feeble fingers were never idle, and one of her pleasures was to make little things for the school children daily passing to and fro. To drop a pair of mittens from her window for a pair of purple hands, a needlebook for some small mother of many dolls, pen wipers for young penmen toiling through the forest of pothugs, scrapbooks for picture-loving eyes, and all manner of pleasant devices, till the reluctant climbers of the ladder of leaning found their way strewn with flowers, as it were, and came to regard the gentle giver as a sort of fairy godmother, who sat above there and showered down gifts miraculously suited to their tastes and needs. If Beth had wanted any reward, she found it in their bright little faces, always turned toward her window, with nods and smiles, and the droll little letters which came to her, full of blots and gratitude. The first few months were very happy ones, and Beth often used to look around and say, "How beautiful is this?" As they all sat together in her sunny room, the babies kicking and crowing on the floor, mothers and sisters working near, and father reading in his pleasant voice from the wise old books which seemed rich and good in comfortable words, as applicable as now when written centuries ago. A little chapel where a paternal priest taught his flock the hard lessons all must learn, trying to show them that hope can comfort love, and faith can make resignation possible. Simple sermons that went straight to the souls of those who listened, for Father's heart was in the minister's religion, and the frequent falter in his voice gave a double eloquence to the words he spoke or read. It was all well for all that this peaceful time was given them as preparation for the sad hours to come, and for by and by. Beth said that the needle was so heavy and put down forever. Talking wearied her, faces troubled her, pains claimed her for its own, and her tranquil spirit was sorrowfully perturbed by the ills that vexed her feeble flesh. Ah me! Such heavy days, such long nights, such aching hearts and imploring prayers, when those who loved her best were forced to see the thin hands stretched out to them beseechingly, to hear the bitter cry, "Help me, help me," and to fear that there was no help. A sad eclipse of the serene soul, a sharp struggle of the young life with death, but both were mercifully brief, and the natural rebellion over, the old peace returned, more beautiful than ever. With the wreck of her frail body, Beth's soul grew strong, and though she said little, those about her felt that she was ready, saw that the first pilgrim called was likewise the fittest, and waited on her on the shore, trying to see the shining ones come over to receive her when she crossed the river.